to go through a quick rundown of the systems here. If there's ever a situation where there's no power in the vessel, or no power to one of the legs, the first thing we need to do is come here on the pedestal box, check both of these breakers over here, make sure that both these breakers are on. Sometimes they'll trip a little bit, so if there's an issue, you just turn them both off, kick them both back on, and you should have power back. If you do that and you don't, you're going to want to come forward over here on the starboard side. We're going to go down into the engine room. Continue back to the end over here. Right here we see 4 breakers. So over here we have the breaker for shore 1. Over there we have the breaker for shore 2. So you want to check that both of those are on. Once again, check for these green lights. If you don't have the green light, it means you don't have power on the leg. Once again, if you're seeing a situation, you can cut the breaker off, flip it back on again. Over here, you want to make sure that these 2 lights are on shore. To menu select it, you just take this knob, you flip it over to 2, you push shore and it should come up green. If it doesn't come up green, either there's no power at the pedestal and you have to contact the marina, or you have the situation with the shore power cable. Now, one thing we recently added is over here by the engine, by the starboard side engine. We have this ammeter, so you can see that on shore 1 I'm drawing right around 10 amps. On shore 2 I'm drawing just under 40 amps. Voltage is about 142 volts, 141 volts. We want to make sure that on the shore 2, which is where all the AC systems are, we're not holding over at 47, 48. Here we're showing 40 amp max. If we hold more than a 40 amp, we tend to overheat the breakers on the shore. Moving into the salon over here, I believe it's right behind this panel here, so the center panel, although it could be the second panel here. You just move these cushions to access. We have a main breaker for all the bilge pump systems. If you come across this error, we have the temp set for 15 degrees. The ambient temperature is 31.6 degrees Celsius. But the system isn't running because we have this BA11 code. So basically what's going on is, if we look here, this is showing the loop water temperature is 19.5 degrees. So basically what we want to do is have a set temperature that's higher than that evaporator temperature. So as soon as I go to 21 or 22, the system will come right back on again. And That is to say for every control in the cabin, not in every control in the vessel, not just the salon. This is every unit. In the salon, on top of the TV, we have some more electronics back here. We have to make sure that these batteries are always charged. I mean, they are hooked up to a dedicated charger right down here. But if these batteries are dead, none of the nav-light system will work. If there's ever a situation with the nav-light that you're on the screen upstairs and trying to turn off lights and you have any issues, every once in a while those electronics start acting up, and what you can do is there's a breaker right back over there that you'll see says nav-light reset switch. You turn that off, you leave it off for about 10 seconds, you flip it back on again, then you have to wait about 5 to 10 minutes for the whole system to reboot again, and then that'll take care of most problems you'll run into. Now going down here to the port side, to where the AC units are. I apologize if it gets a little noisy. I'll try to be as loud as I can. Over here we have the circulation pump for the unit, circulation pump 1, circulation pump 2. Down here we have 2 raw water pumps. We just want to patiently inspect this, make sure there's no leaks, make sure there's no I mean, really it's just checking for leaks and making sure that there's no issues there. When on shore power, one thing that's very important is to be very careful as far as what's running. So if we look in the electrical box, you'll see that chiller 2 is okay to be on shore, chiller 3 is okay to be on shore, and chiller 5 is okay to be on shore. You have to have the control wires on, the main on, circulation pump has to be on for the chillers to work, the seawater pump has to be on for the chillers to work. Then we have the air handlers, so this is, all the air handlers are on. Now, this breaker here is for the self-contained unit in the flybridge. This unit consumes too much, and this cannot be on shore power. Once the generator is running, you can flip this back on, but with shore power, you cannot have this on. And then here we have switches to select if we want to decide which circulation pump we want to have running and which seawater pump we'll have running. If you flip it up, it'll be number 1. If you have it down, it'll be number 2. Once again, in this configuration, you shouldn't see anything over 40, about 40 amps. You might see it go to 41 amps, and that's okay, but it shouldn't go higher than that. If you're seeing 45, 46, 47, there's something going on in there that should not be on. Another thing is, this is an outlet that cannot be used. This outlet's feeding power from line 1, and basically we have chiller number 5. Chiller number 5 right here. That is feeding off of this outlet here. So this outlet here, if the chiller's on, this outlet cannot be used. Now, if the chillers are off, if chiller number 5 is off, you can definitely use this outlet. It's just going to be very marginal, as we already have about 8 to 9 amps already drawing off of this outlet. And this is basically because we were only able to have 2 chillers running before, and it was keeping the boat marginally cold. So we wanted to be able to run 3, and that is where we got around being able to run 3 without overloading shoreline 2.